YouTube, what's good, man? Welcome back to my channel, man. Welcome back to another video, man. Hey, welcome back to another video. And listen, today we're gonna talk about my experience at MEPS as a 22-year-old, man. And I'm gonna be completely honest, man. I'm not the best explainer, but I'm gonna try to give you my notes. I try to write notes down so I can do the best I can and deliver as much value as possible. So I went through the recruiting process. I did all my paperwork. I got all my references. I got all my emergency numbers. I got my bank account right. I talked to the recruiter about my job. I did the ASVAB. I went to MEPS to verify my ASVAB and all these other things, right? And now I finally got my ticket to MEPS. I want to punch my ticket and I'm going to go to MEPS to enlist into the United States National Guard Army. I'm gonna do it. My mind is set on it. I'm not going back. I'm not changing my decision. There's nothing you can say. There's no family member that can change my mind. There's no negative ear talk that someone could say to make me feel bad about my decision. There's nothing they can do to make me feel bad about what I'm about to do here on this day. So MEPS as a 22-year-old, man. So let's talk about it. All right, so the first day I'm going to MEPS. I wake up in the morning. I'm at my own apartment. I'm chilling. I know I'm going to MEPS. I don't have to go to work because if you're in the Army or you're in the National Guard trumps the regular job every time. So I already gave my boss the heads up, hey, I'm not coming in today. I'm going to MEPS. All right, so I'm just letting time pass. I'm supposed to meet my recruiter at the office, right? So we're going to fast forward and say I'm on the way, right? Hand on the steering wheel, I'm driving down the highway, man. Going to MEPS. I'm gonna do this thing. There's nothing nobody can say. I'm going. So I finally get to the recruiter station and I meet my recruiter. And the first thing he says is, you're not driving. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be driving to the hotel because apparently when you go to MEPS, they want you to stay over one night for whatever reason at this hotel. And this is in South Carolina. So this is how South Carolina goes. And no matter where you at in South Carolina, you're going to Fort Jackson to go to MEPS. But before you go to Fort Jackson, they send you to a hotel a day prior, right? So I get to the recruiting office and I tell my recruiter, man, I got my bag, I got my clothes, I got my shampoos, I got my lotion, I got my next clothes I'm ready to go to MEPS, nigga. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to MEPS, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go to MEPS. You feel? Because, you know, you hear all the talk, bro, like, oh, if you say this, you'll get turned around, or if you don't have this right, they'll slam you and you ain't gonna be able to go for another year. And if you do this at MEPS, you gonna be able to, they ain't gonna be able to register. All this commotion at MEPS, man. All this commotion at MEPS. Okay? Just like any of y'all heard, I heard the same stuff. I'm like, bro, am I even qualified to go? But anyway, man, I get to the hotel, man. And I get to my recruiter's office and he says, okay, we're going to drive you down to the hotel where you'll be staying so that way you can take the bus and go to Fort Jackson and get the MEPS, right? And all right, I get to the hotel. This is the first bullet point on my notes. I get to the hotel. Now, I already hate roommates. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to sleep next to another man. I don't want to share the tub with another man. I don't want to have to use the same toilet as another man. And this is probably a bad perspective to have going into the military, right? This is probably not the right mindset to have, but this is me. You know what I'm saying? This is how I'm thinking. I'm like, dang it, I'm going to have a roommate, bro. I already know I'm going to have a roommate. So I get to the hotel, I check in. He takes me into this little office. He makes me sign the sheet to make sure that I'm here, this, that, and the third. He gives me a pound, says, hey, man, good luck to you. Just remember what I told you at MEPS and you'll fly right on in, right? So, damn, it's hot. Got to let the windows down in this place. It's a little hot. So I let the windows down. I let the windows down. So I get to the recruiting office and not the recruiting office. I get to the hotel. And my recruiter, he gives me the little rundown on how to get through MEPS and what he knows about MEPS on the way to the hotel. And I get to the hotel, I sign in. And I talked to this lady. She tells me there's an 8:30 meeting. Be there or be square. So I'm like, okay, cool. I got my first orders from the military. You know what I'm saying? I got my first orders. From the military. He said, be there, be square. All right, bet. I'll be there, buddy. I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? And I got there around 5:30-ish. You know what I'm saying? I got there around 5:30, so 6, 7. I got about 3 hours until this meeting, right? So boom, he fist pumps me. I go in the elevator. I go to the second floor. I'm headed into my room. You know what I'm saying? So when I open the door, boom, my roommate's sitting right there. It's about 6'2" white guy, big dude. He's going into the Air Force, right? And you know, like a normal civilian, like a normal person, I try to chop it up with the guy, right? I try to chop it up with him. Like, all right, man, so where you going? Oh, I'm on Air Force. Oh, what do you do now? I'm a mechanic. This, that. We having small talk, all the bullshit, right? Cool guy. Rock with him. But it's just, in my head, I'm like, why do I have to share this hotel with another man, bro? I'm a correctional officer, bro. I see men on top of men every day. You know what I'm saying? I work in a prison where it's 3 men to a cell, bro. I don't never want to share nothing with another man. But, you know, boot camp's going to break me out of that mindset. Because it's not a prison, it's boot camp. Nigga, you have to share, nigga. It's teamwork, nigga. But anyways, yeah, I'm chopping it up with my roommate. He's cool guy, cool dude. You know what I'm saying? So, what else I got up here? Yeah, so after we chop it up for a little bit, it was like a 10-minute conversation, 15-minute conversation. We chopping it up. What do I do? What do you do? Where you going? What's your MOS? My MOS is 11 Bravo. That's infantryman. And he's going into some type of mechanic shit in the Air Force, right? Cool guy. So after that, I check in my room. I settle down, put my bag down. I'm like, hey, man, you trying to go to the CAV? Because apparently, like, you're allowed to free roam the hotel. Because this hotel is designated for MEPS. Like, they already know there's a whole bunch of MEPS people here. This hotel caters to MEPS, right? So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, man, let's go downstairs and chop it up. All right, he don't want to go. He said, I'm tired. I'm going to see. I said, all right, bet. Now I'm going by myself. I've already been by myself, nigga. I did this shit by myself, nigga. I'ma always roll solo, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'ma always roll solo, bruh. So boom, I leave the hotel, got my car to get back in the room, and I'm finna go scope the scene. See, one thing about a hotel, man, and all my people know this, when you go to a hotel, you scope the scene. You walk around for no reason. For no reason, you gotta go see what the gym look like, you gotta go see what the pool look like. But I'm talking fast. But anyways, I go downstairs, and the first thing that happens to me on the elevator is two girls, bro. One girl says, hey, fine chocolate, how you doing? I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, good? He's like, oh, well, you just look really good. She gaslighting me, just teeing me up for no reason. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is how we're going to start off the military. Oh, so the girls is like, they OC in the military, so they OZ. They OC in the military. All right, they out of control. They out of control in the military. Okay, cool. So that was my first interaction with another woman in the military, bro. Nigga said she was just teaming me. I'm just like, bro, I'm not on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get through MEPS. I ain't trying to ruin none of this. I'm not trying to come back here. You feel me? Get out of my way. Palm her ass. Stiff arm her ass. So we get down to, this is in the elevator, by the way. So our door finally open, and I bust that left. Boom. Then I bust her right. Bam. Now I'm in the cafeteria. And I'm like, all right, bro, I'm kind of hungry. I'm finna smash some food right now, bro. I look around. I see a baddie right here. And some shit over here. White girls over there. I'm like, okay, so this shit isn't like, it's not hitting or nothing. Okay, so I'm gonna be chilling, basically. So I go get my food, you know what I'm saying? And I look at what they have to offer. And I'm like, bro, this is some trash food. Bro, the burgers was dried out. The cheese looked dried out. And this is a hotel catering service. This isn't military food. But I'm like, damn, this is what the military, y'all starting off. Damn, we ain't even supposed to be eating MREs yet. Why does this look like an MRE burger? You know what I'm saying? Then he had some like lasagna, some broccoli lasagna type joint. I'm like, bro, we not even in the military yet. Can we at least get a decent burger? But you know me, I'm not a complainer, right? That's just what I thought in my head. This is my honest thoughts. I didn't think that in my head, right? Because I'm thankful I have food anyway. So I grab me a burger, some cheese, put some cheese on there, put some ketchup up there. You know what I'm saying? Grab me a cookie. I go sit down. I eat my food. I'm eating my food. And the shit is disgusting. Like, It was very bad. Later on that day, people were telling me they was like shitting it out and all this other stuff. They was pooping it out and messed up their stomach. I'm like, I'm glad I only ate one. I knew better than to eat more than one burger. You feel me? So I go and I actually didn't want the food that much, so I went and purchased me one of them frozen food trays. And you know, at the hotel, them frozen food trays cost like $18. And I was like, I don't give a damn. I ain't eating another burger, and I'm hungry, so I paid for it. Boom. So that was my food at MEPS. It was trash, completely trash. Like, don't even expect that shit to be good here in South Carolina. That shit was bad, unless they get another catering dude. But let's talk about the lobby, man. Like I said, in the cafeteria, which is the lobby, right? People was roaming around, meeting people. Hey, where you going? MOS, da-da-da-da. I'm going Air Force, I'm going Navy, I'm going Marine Corps, da-da-da-da. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was a cool experience. You know, I'm very introverted. I stayed to myself. I was watching The Punisher. The Punisher had just came out on Disney Plus, a new episode of it, so I was watching that majority of the time. And then, boom, it was time to go to sleep, man. So I go to sleep, and now it's the next morning. So the next morning, oh, I didn't even tell you about the meeting. Tell me why it's 8:30, right? I walk in, and it's two of my coworkers there. I'm walking in the room, all I hear is flood. I look to my left. I said, what are y'all doing here? They talking about, so what you doing here? I said, I'm doing the same thing y'all doing. I'm getting the fuck up out of here, nigga. We going to the military, nigga. And then, you know, I sat down with them. They went through the meeting. They say, hey, all right, so tomorrow morning, this is how it's going to go. Boom, 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 blah, 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 blah. Once 10:30 hits, you guys are not allowed outside your hotel rooms. You got to go to sleep, and there's a curfew and all this other stuff. And it's like, damn, bro, nigga got rules already, bro. Niggas just getting orders already, bro. We can't even go outside. I can't get no fresh air. Damn. I'm in the military. So I go to sleep. 10:30 hits, curfew shut down. I ain't finna risk it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going outside. I'm not even gonna play with these people. I'm not even gonna play with these people. I'm not finna give them a reason to send me back, bro. I'm not going back, bro. I'm not. So 10:30 hit. They say, all right, it's curfew time. All right, bet. I'm going in the room. It's curfew. The next morning hits, bro. I think we had to get up at I think we had to be downstairs at 4:30. We was gonna leave at 5 a.m. So boom. We get downstairs, it's 4:30. We eating breakfast. We eat some breakfast. Then they gave us the little speech of you're doing a good job, you're doing a great thing, blah, blah, blah. I hope everybody gets through MEPS, this, that, and the third. I'm like, all right, cool. Get on the bus. And it's it's like three people that just they're 18, so they young, you know, you give them some slack. But bro, they just loud as shit. They doing the most, just doing the fucking most. You know what I'm saying? It's early in the morning, yelling, screaming. They over there throwing stuff. I'm like, man, I hope I don't have to deal with this shit when I go into the actual company that I'm supposed to go in. I know I'm gonna see this shit at boot camp. It's young people, bro. Damn. Anybody that's over 30, I feel bad for y'all because I know this shit was childish as a bitch. But yeah, that morning ride bus to Fort Jackson is where MEPS is. That shit was annoying. So we finally get to the port, right, at Fort Jackson. We get through, you know what I'm saying? We get through the fort. We get through the port. And now we're at MEPS. Bus parks, boom. I see a guy outside. He comes on the bus. He says, all right, get your stuff. Da-da-da-da, don't leave anything on the bus. Take your time. This is not boot camp. The cool guy, he says, I want you to line up in lines of 4. So we line up in lines of 4, right? And it's not in alphabetical order. It's just however you got on the bus, right? So we get in there. We line it up. And now we're walking inside MEPS. Boom. It's a big-ass building. It's 3 stories tall. And we in MEPS. We check in, we put our stuff in our cubbies. We're not allowed to have our phones. We can't have no hoodie on. We can't have a white shirt on. You just can't have nothing. Just wear a plain shirt and some jeans and some shoes, bro. Just do that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't allowed to have none of that stuff. We go put that stuff up, right? So, what processing looks like. All right, so this is what processing looks like. All right, so they take us upstairs. Or no, they tell us, they divide us in branches. Okay, so Marines going over here, Army's over there, Air Force over here, Coast Guard over there. So they divide us up, and we go to our designated areas, and then eventually we all end up upstairs on the 2nd floor, and we all taking a seat inside this what looks to be a clinic. Okay, it looks like a clinic, like a doctor's office. You know what I'm saying? You got the height and weight section over here. You got the P section, the drug test you over here. You got eye vision over here. You got we finna look in your butt cheeks over here. We got we got the hearing station over there. So basically, we all sit in the chair. We sitting in chairs, and if you in the back, that's tough, my nigga. That's tough. If you in the back, go ahead and just get comfortable. You're not going anywhere, okay? You're not going anywhere. So boom, what processing was to me, man, they sat me in a chair. The first station I went to, they took my blood pressure, you know, did a little wraparound joint. They took my blood pressure. They did the little needle thing when they stick it on your tongue to take your temperature. They did that. They sent me back into the main area where we were all sitting, because it's rooms. So then after I'm sitting down, they call me again. I go get my height and my weight done. After I get my height and my weight done, they tell me to grab this packet and go sit back down. It's a folder. They tell me to grab this folder and go sit back down. I go sit back down. And mind you, these people are rude. These people at MEPS ain't playing no fucking games. They got 100 and something people to go through. Them niggas is not playing with you, bro. They gonna talk to you sideways. You just gotta get through it. Just remember, you're only there for a certain amount of time, bro. But they gonna talk to you crazy, bro. Bro was talking to me crazy, but it was okay. It was okay because I'm here for a long time. So boom, I go sit down, grab my folder. Next thing you know, they're like, does anybody want to do hearing? So boom, I go to the hearing part of the section. I do my little headphones, and you know it's like a little button. You got headphones on and a button, and it was like, if you hear a beep, just click the button. So I'm clicking. Got a high score on that shit, easy shit. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't hear a click after a while, I'm like, all right, something not right now, just click it anyways. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got a high score. But yeah, I did my hearing. So I got 3 of the stations knocked out already. So then they send us all into this classroom, and they're gonna tell us like what to expect from MEPS. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna tell us this is what's gonna happen to you. This is the checkups. They're gonna make you duck walk. They say, all right, for the women got fucking violated. But we gonna get there later. We gonna get there later. But anyways, after they gave us the little PowerPoint, man, they send us back into the main lobby area. And then I go to do my drug test. So I go do my drug test. I'm peeing in the cup. There's a dude standing in the bathroom by the sink. You know, the stall, let's say the stalls is over here and the sink is over here. We peeing in a row right here, and the dude is standing right here and make sure we ain't doing that. So we pee in the cup, you know what I'm saying? We piss in the cup, wrap it up, send it off to that dude. I got station 4 now. I done peed in the cup. So now I gotta go get my blood drawn. So now I'm waiting to get my blood drawn. Bruh sticks me in the arm, takes my blood. Don't know what the fuck they're looking for, but it doesn't matter because I'm a healthy man. Doesn't matter. So takes my blood at station 5, gone. And mind you, it's probably only like 8, 9 o'clock, bruh. It's probably only 8, 9 o'clock, bruh. You know what I'm saying? After all that, it's only 8, 9 o'clock. We got there at like 5:35, 5:45. It's only 9 o'clock. Feel like we've been there for 6 days. But anyways, now I'm off to the eye station. You know what I'm saying? Now I might get my eyes checked out. That shit takes forever, bro. It's like 3 stations in one for that motherfucker, bro. They make sure your eyes motherfucking work, bro. They make sure your eyes work. One lady, she had, well, one girl went in there and she had to get glasses and she was tripping. Now it's a fear inside, like, hey, if something's wrong with me, I'm gonna get kicked out. She was freaking out, bro. She was like, oh my gosh, you're telling me that my eyes don't work? It was just like, no, chill. You just need glasses. You're just gonna get glasses. She was just like, oh my God. She was freaking the fuck out, bro. But I'm like, I hope that don't happen to me. But anyways, like, you get my eyes checked. My eyes work. You know what I'm saying? After that, I go sit down and boom, now it's time for the big, oh my gosh moment. We go inside this little door, right? They close it. And it's a doctor inside asking me questions about my medical history, about what happened when I was 3 and what happened when I was 7 and I was playing football and you went in for your hip and is your hip okay? And I'm like, yeah, my hip is fine, da-da-da-da. Next thing you know, he tells me, all right, pull your shirt and your pants off and your shoes off and you're gonna do this and you're gonna do the duck walk. I'm like, all right, cool, we've been in here, do the duck walk. Ain't nothing crazy, guy's professional, not doing none of the bullshit, not for the plan, guy's professional. Now, here's where it gets Here's where it gets bad, bro. And it depends on your maturity level. So if God tells me to stand up, pull my underwear down, and put my hands like on the lower part of my back and lift up to see if there's like a little bump on my butthole or something. I don't know. But it wasn't bad. It's not like he told me to spread my cheeks open and eating that bitch like this. But he just said lift up a little bit. So I lift up a little bit. He's like, all right, you good. It took 2 seconds. I'm like, all right, we just get this shit over with. Took 2 seconds, put my clothes back on, boom. Station 7 done. So they give you a name tag with all the stations on it. So all my shit is crossed out, right? So I'm done with that. So boom, I head downstairs. My whole medical treatment is good. I'm good to go. I'm ready to go. Next thing you know, I'm downstairs. They call for lunch. They give you a burrito, a drink, and a good ass chocolate chip cookie. I'm talking about that cookie was good, bro. Like that cookie was hitting on something, bro. They give you that chocolate chip cookie, a burrito, and that's pretty much it. And after that, you're just waiting to enlist. So they finally call your name. You go into this room. You watch a video on how to enlist. You know what I'm saying? Then you go into this little special office looking thing where it looks like President Trump would speak at or something with all the flags behind him and the podium and it's carpet everywhere. You raise your right hand. You repeat after them. You enlist. I do so solemnly swear, all that bullshit. You put your hand down. You go into the room that you were just in to watch that video. Then this is where you sign your life away, or AKA fingerprint your life away. I put my fingerprint on the thing, boom, I sign the paper, nigga, I'm in the military. My time starts today. And that was my time at MEPS. I hope I explained that thoroughly. But yeah, after that, my recruiter came, picked me up, took me home. Took me to the recruiter station to get my car. I went home, called my mom, man. Yep. Got, you know what I'm saying, they gave me my boot camp date at MEPS. I'm going September 14th. It is currently May 29th. And yeah, man, I'm currently in the military. I start drill on the 6th of June. And hey, if this helped you, please like, comment, subscribe on the video. Tell me if I'm talking too fast. Tell me what I need to work on. Any of that good stuff, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I hope this was a help to somebody that's about to go to MEPS or whatever. And yeah, man, I'm out. Appreciate y'all.